Welcome back to the Nerdrotic Podcast. My name is Gary Buechler. I am live in San Francisco, California, and I come to you from nerdrotic.com. And down south is my friend and co-host, Dennis Bithoulkas. Staying up late. What's up, man?
Hey, what's going on?
Not much. It's late. It's way past our bedtime, especially for you. So thanks for being a warrior, podcast warrior. And it's because we're covering, this is my favorite show to cover. This is, my God, this was so damn funny, dude. Happy episode 6. What is it? I forgot the name of the episode.
It's Scrapyard of Childish Things.
The Scrapyard of Childish Things. And we talked about in previous podcasts like how much they could fit in to an hour. Again, this was like a movie.
Yeah.
Within 1 hour, and so much happened, and it wasn't too fast, and everything was paced so perfect on this. And oh my God, dude, I love this show.
Oh no, it's really good. I mean, I've got like a page and a half of notes myself. So I mean, it's and a lot of good dialogue too.
Oh my God, yeah. I wish I had. We had to kind of rush this one tonight, but dude, starting out with the meeting for IF's imaginary friends with Raspberry, the 3-headed dog, and what was the little? Do we get the doll's name?
Bo Peep.
Oh, it was just Bo Peep.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what was she talking about? Her?
She says because basically, Happy was talking about they grow up and or Raspberry's talking about they grow up and they forget about us, and they go on and Happy's like, oh yeah, I wanted to be there for Haley. I wanted to be there on her first date, and Bo Peep goes. Pfft. And they're like, oh, you got something to say? She goes, it's monsters. It's, that's what it is. It's penises, giant, great big giant penises. And then she says, and I don't know if we're going to be monetized for this one, fuck Judy Blume.
I know. Something about her water breaking or something.
Her water breaking in Algebra 1, yes. And now her water's breaking in Algebra 1.
So, Raspberry, the imaginary for the 3-headed dog, is waiting outside when Happy gets out of the meeting, and he's got a little cup of coffee. Dude. And as somebody who is in the program and goes to meetings, it's so funny. Not that this stuff kind of happens, but there's Raspberry outside going, "Come here, kid. Want a cigarette?" I got an imaginary friend for you. I got a new friend for you.
And then we have Nick trying to get the password out of the resurrected Mikey, and Mikey's just kind of blue
and jerking himself off, crapping his pants, and they're in a photo booth and they're taking pictures while like Nick is trying to talk about it. It's oh my God. And then everything happens so freaking quick on this. That's why it's like I almost got to watch it twice.
So we did find out, though, we're now actually sure that Nick never heard the password. He just never bothered to hear it.
Nope. No. Yeah. So he's trying to get it out of what was Mikey. That kid's name again? Mikey. That's right.
Disco Mikey.
What was that?
His name was Disco Mikey. Remember?
Disco Mikey.
Yeah.
That's right. So and it's not working. So he takes him to a church.
Hide him out,
to hide him out, and what ties him to a chair, and it's talking. We're all God's children here. You're goddamn right. I say that every day.
Yeah, and then we cut over to Smoothie dressing the kids up in different costumes and makeup and things like that, and general creepiness.
Dude, the creep level on that one is pretty high.
Yeah.
I don't know how that actor does it, man, but he's good. I mean. He's good at being really bad, but they all look like John Benet Ramsey kind of play doll things, and they're all we all know they're going to be gifts for whoever or whatever. We haven't seen the lobster thing that was having.
Well, he got killed.
No, not the one.
You're talking about the.
It wasn't a lobster. It was a beetle or something like that.
Cockroach.
Cockroach. Yeah, it was a cockroach. Sorry, and there was some kind of insect sex party happening in the next room, and it was the only guy or girl. We don't. I think it's a girl actually, because it had a modulated voice, and that's the only thing that looks like it could freak out Blue at all. Yeah. So. Yeah. I don't know. We haven't seen that yet, so we're gonna find out.
Power over Blue, yeah, definitely. And then we cut over back to Blue's kid Jerry, which I thought was kind of funny. They're at a school recital, Christmas recital, and Jerry, Blue's kid, is dressed as a wise man. And when Blue hears about it, he laughs because he thinks his kid is stupid. So, which I thought was just mean, but also kind of funny at the same time.
Yeah. Well, Nick even makes a point later in the episode. He's like, "You would throw your kid in front of a bullet," or so I'm paraphrasing, just like without even a second thought. And Blue doesn't deny it. He's all, "Don't get all high and mighty on me, Nick Sex," you know.
Yeah, because Nick goes over there to the school play and actually confronts Blue and basically says, you got something in mind that I want. It's my daughter, and I'm coming back to your place at midnight. Well, you and your wife and your kid are all going to be there, and we're going to, change things. It's going to be like me buying a cup of lemonade for a dime. And well, then what do I get? What do I get for that dime?
Yep, typical Blue. Yeah. And again, that guy's overacting is so good. Overacting can be good at times, and it's really good in this episode, especially just the way he smacks. It's like disgusting. Everything about him is disgusting, but it's well done. It's really well done.
And then we cut back to Mikey in the church, and he has escaped his bonds and wanders over to the confessional. The priest decides to give him a confession, and what comes out of him is not Mikey, obviously. No.
We get some exorcist demonic Latin, and he was impressed. The priest was impressed at first. He's all, well, tell me your sins, and it cuts to the next scene where the priest just looks just destroyed. Like his spirit is crushed, his faith in God is crushed. It's terrible.
Yeah, as he puts it later on, when Nick comes back, actually, the priest rips off his collar and says, "God conceals from man the happiness of death." And Nick says, "I bet if he was a 12-year-old boy, he would have looked after him."
Oh, then he says, that guy's crazy, Whatever.
And of course, Smoothie, he's trying to find out who Haley actually is out of the kids there. And he finally finds her because he's rapping on the kid's knuckles with a ruler is what he's going to do. And finally finds her and says, "Your dad, Nick, is dead," and basically telling her that there's no hope. And so Haley gets pissed off, of course, instead, and decides to rally the kids for an escape, which doesn't work out as planned.
No, they made it out pretty far, and Haley's pretty badass. They almost escaped, and they were outside at some point. Smoothie,
well, they thought they were outside. Yeah,
it looked outside, and Smoothie caught him, and basically said, "Listen, I can't kill you," and then that's when he tells the kids that they're gifts. Yeah. And one poor kid, peeing his pants, and again, the creep factor on this is like it we're so busy laughing at like the happy scenes. The happy scenes were the best scenes in this. Happy's like, the show's called Happy. It's about Happy. He's a good side to the show, but this is like Nick Sax's show, and I kind of thought they would play up the Happy thing, but it's been really good how they've just small doses. So it hasn't totally taken over, but this was Happy's episode. And
yeah, because then we cut back to actually Raspberry introducing Happy to Jerry, which is Blue's kid. And Jerry has a very dark side. He'd like to take imaginary friends or IFs and torture them. And what was it, Captain Pancake? Yeah, Captain Pancake in the Russian roulette game.
Yeah. And he's all, his hands are too whittled to hold the gun. And it literally blows his brain out. There's a brain that comes out the other side of the pancake. I don't want to die. Oh my God.
Yeah, it was so wrong. And then we find the wall of imaginary or IFs, basically nailed to the wall.
Crucified. They're all they're there's no cross, but they're all nailed to the wall. And God, what's the toad's name again? I know I wrote it down somewhere.
That one I didn't write down actually. It was but I know it was like Captain Toad or a Grand Toad, something like that.
It was like Goose the Toad.
Yeah,
Goose the Toad. He's all, it's too late for me, son. I forgot to tell so and so Goose the Toad was thinking of her when he died. Now give me a kiss.
Yeah, and that kiss just kind of got more and more wrong as it was going on.
He sucked his whole face in.
Yeah, he's first it was the lips, then it kind of went over the nose, then it went a little further, and we're like, damn, okay. And then he faded out.
Like I finished watching the show like 30 seconds before we got on the air tonight, so it's still like sinking in with me. I'm gonna have to watch this one again because it might be my favorite.
This was definitely my favorite episode. Then we cut over back to Mary. She's going back to visit her mom, and her mom was asleep, and Blue happens to be there. And Blue again threatens her and says, this could be your last Christmas that you get to spend with your mom, kind of thing. And unless she delivers Nick to him. And then we also get the foreshadowing of the medicine that Mary goes, don't take it with milk. That's kind of weird, and puts it down. I was like, okay, that was a little heavy-handed. I knew as soon as we heard that one, I'm like, yeah, something bad's gonna happen with that.
Yeah.
They never really do anything on the show half-assed, I guess you could say.
No, even are you getting to the Isabella scene?
Yeah. Well, we have Mikey making his way back to his mom, and he's smelling the sauce, and we have the old woman, screaming and chanting as they're as he finds his way back, and he knocks on the door, bangs on the door, and that's when the reality TV cameras.
Well, at first they were sitting there complaining, Isabella's still, missing her son and lamenting his death, and the reality guy's like, okay, yeah, this is kind of a buzzkill.
Yeah,
can we move on?
Okay.
And these are scenes with oh my god, I just blanked it now, with our Twitter friend Catherine. I got to learn how to pronounce her last name. Lafrere. I'm going to think it is. Yes. It's She commented on Twitter about the recap. So thanks for the shout out. Thank you so much. That is so cool.
Thank you. Yes, definitely. It's
especially hard tonight because we do a double header night. So I do apologize in advance if we're a little scuttlebutt here. Yeah. Because doing two of these in a night when poor Dennis has to work a day job, we have to kind of rush things a bit, so we apologize. Sorry, go on, Dennis.
We get him coming in through the door. There's a reunion, and we go back to Nick, and Nick is going to Ledick to get his stuff back, is what he says. But actually, all he really wants is a little C4, just a little C4, not a lot. And they have a heart-to-heart because Ledick's like, hey, you killed all your friends. He goes, well, really, they're not my friends. They were your friends. He goes, hey, but you cut off my finger. He goes, hey, I apologized about that, too.
I said, oh, sorry. Don't get all hung up about it.
Yeah. And, of course, he gets his C4, which we find out later on. Well, I'll get to that in a minute.
Yep.
Then we cut back to Happy, and Happy is trying to rescue some of the IFs. That's where we get the... Goose the Toad that gets rescued, and then but Raspberry ends up capturing him, and they're nailing him to the wall. That's what they're going to do next.
They beat him. They beat him down.
Yeah, they beat him.
He's unconscious, and when he comes back up, then it cuts.
They didn't show it though. They fade out to black.
Yeah, they fade to black, and then we get to Nick showing up at Blue's house.
Yep.
All honking his horn, and just kind of like all the neighbors at about 7 o'clock in the morning in my neighborhood.
And he has supposedly he has Mikey in the trunk. He's trying to trade her for Haley, and of course Haley's not there because Blue's not going to bring Haley in. and he says, I'm going to blow it up. Basically, I'm going to blow up Mikey. And he's got his little C4 thing, and he jumps and goes to hit the button. Nothing happens. And we find out it's actually one of the Santas from the church with the moving arm that's bumping into the trunk.
Yep.
So,
so Nick tries to hit the button with the C4 that he's threatening him with, and of course it doesn't work. LeDick's not going to leave him anything that works.
No.
We all do that because LeDick dropped the keys to him and said, "Just lock up when you leave." I'm like, that was even Nick was like that when he offered him back his own money. By the way,
yeah,
he's all, "I've got money." He's all, "That's my money." Well, you made me play from the card game. That was So that doesn't go. So they got to take because of the homeowners association, they have to take Nick inside to kill him in the garage. And one of the guys who wants to kill him, yeah, exactly. One of the guys, I used to know how that was. One of the guys who's going to kill him was kind of enamored with Nick, so he's letting him kind of monologue. And he wasn't monologuing to save time or anything. He was just like, "This is it, okay."
Yep. Talking about the irony of life and
the irony of life. You get it right before you're going to get it.
Yeah. And of course, Happy hears. Happy is getting his little wings nailed to the wall there, and he hears Nick through the vent talking about how he misses Happy, and Happy, gets loose and spears Raspberry with his horn and kills Raspberry. It just is covered.
He's got Raspberry's blood all over his face.
And threatens Jerry. He's like, and Jerry, of course, takes off running.
Yep. No, that was great. That might, I don't know. That might be all right tonight. I don't know. Yeah. So Happy hears Nick and goes down there. Nick's still monologuing and he's reminding the hitman. He's like, put some tarps down. For Christ's sake, you're going to spend all day cleaning up the garage. You had a good run, Nick. And that's when Jerry goes running looking for his mom or dad, and he runs into the garage and interrupts the hit on Nick. And mom is behind him, and there's Happy in a towel, and Happy's following behind. And that kind of gives Nick what he needed to, and he does what Nick does. He kills people horribly. There was a chainsaw involved, going down a guy's back, cutting him practically in half.
Actually, a double chainsaw, because the guy fell backwards and then pushes that chainsaw into the guy that was wielding the chainsaw. So it was pretty gruesome.
Even Nick got phased by that one. He's all, "Oh, that looks bad."
And Happy is kind of run down at this point. He's lost his color, and he's fading out. And Nick picks him up and gives him that tough love speech to bring him back.
Oh, he said there's a Sachs family banner that says "Death before intimacy," but Happy, I believe in you. And he throws up a little sign going "Partners" with a question mark. He's all, "Nah." No, that was cool. And they had the little money shot at the end. That was almost my favorite line. I can't believe I missed my favorite line, which was in the beginning when Raspberry offered Happy the cigarette, and he's all, "I don't know. I had a lot of cocaine last night."
I missed that one. I missed that line.
This show is so freaking wrong, man. I don't even know what to say. I'm speechless. All I know is Catherine, when she tweeted, she mentioned that, like, watch out for these last 3 episodes. They're going to be insane. So if it notches up from this, I mean, then it's definitely at Ash vs. Evil Dead level for me, as far as just humor and violence and just fun.
They actually started off the episode with recaps, and it had my favorite line from last week's episode, which was Nick turning to the camera and just going, "This is just getting weirder and weirder."
Right? Right before it ends. Yeah, that was great.
So we got a couple of comments here.
There we go.
People coming in. We got RoboBrain 1000 or 10,000. Excuse me. Hey guys, how you doing? We're glad you can join us. He says, "I wonder if in season 2, Happy will become Nick's imaginary friend or go back to Haley." That's a good question.
That's a really good question. Since we're way beyond comics now, and it doesn't even look like we've approached the big bad, and they've really done a great job. And this is just in small hints. They haven't done this very much of expanding the story, expanding the world, and like you could even get rid of Blue at some point, and there's still more for Nick to do. That's a very good question. I think we're gonna get something of like an origin for Happy. He kind of hinted at it last episode about, that's why I decided to become an imaginary friend, to forget about my troubles. So maybe Happy's like an angel or something. I don't know, like the Archangel Gabriel, Michael, whatever their name.
I still say it's Nick's good side that disappeared after he saw the baby in the microwave. That's my theory. But Eric Barley says the Toad was voiced by Christopher Maloney. That's actually kind of cool. I didn't know that.
Oh, good knowledge there, sense. Eric. Thank you.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Says, no, roll back to what? Okay, the baby from the microwave, that didn't sink in there. You said that Happy's the baby in the microwave.
No. I said that Nick, that Happy is actually Nick's good side. That separated from him that day that he saw the baby in the microwave.
Okay.
That's where his good side just kind of said, screw it, I'm out of here, leaving, and became Happy.
Yeah, I definitely want to see more imaginary friends come in in some way or another, like, because that was great. I was wondering if they're going to do that.
And you know what I want? I want Nick to be able to see all of them. Kind of like Jerry can see all of them.
Yeah, well, it's obvious that like it's pain of some sort that can help you see them. So yeah, maybe that's freaking dark. And the very bad Santa, who's just kind of disappeared, he can see him. I wonder if Smoothie can see him. That'd be weird.
That would be interesting too. Yeah. Eric also reminds us, he says, I like the scene where Nick talks to the priest and he's praying, and Nick asks him if somebody invisible answers back. I remember that.
Yep.
Yeah, that was actually a good scene. And he goes, I had a friend like that once. And the priest just kind of looks at him like, what?
Yeah. That poor guy. That poor guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wonder, I think we're going to get a season 2. I was looking at the ratings for the show today, and they had, I'll just do it in millions. I don't understand that whole 0.4 point whatever. They had 1.2 million for the premiere episode, which was the highest rated thing for SyFy in 2 years. And then they went down to about 500,000, about 400,000 to 500,000, but they haven't dropped at all. It's stayed that way from episode 2 to even during that ridiculous break that they should not have taken.
I think it's still better than The Magicians right now.
I think so. I didn't compare it. And
if The Magician's got a season 2, I'm pretty sure Happy will as well.
Yeah. Well, if you're worried about budget, like Expanse is easily their most expensive show, but I think they do that in partnership with like the Canadian broadcast, kind of like they did BSG. So yeah, no, I think it'll get a second season. The Rotten Tomatoes is really high on this. Not that I trust that anymore. I don't know if I trust that anymore.
I don't. Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't totally. I enjoy parts of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Okay, I get some enjoyment out of it, but I saw it had like 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
There's a lot of people that actually still really like.
I enjoy it. It's not, but it's not 100%. It's not like better than Happy. It's not, it's not better than Legion. It's like hell no. It's I like it for what it is. It's got really good moments and really bad ones, but this show, I haven't seen
all cylinders. Yeah,
I haven't seen a bad freaking episode yet of this show. So if somebody for some weird reason is just watching our podcast, and sorry for spoiling it by the way, because we assumed you watched the episode, definitely go watch it. It's support it in every way, shape, or form. Buy the Blu-ray. Go get the graphic novel. You don't have to subscribe to much to see it, and they have been putting episodes on YouTube for free, I believe
they're also on the SyFy channels, on the SyFyChannel.com. SyFy.com is what it is, and they actually have all the episodes for free.
Yeah, keep talking there, Dennis.
Okay. So, yeah, and you can find, we're also going to be doing a new show called Counterpart.
Yes.
And it's on Stars. And this stars J.K. Simmons. It's about alternate universes and interacting with your counterparts in those alternate universes. And so we're going to start doing that on Saturday, I believe. Is that correct?
We think Saturday because it's looking like Saturday night. We'll put that on the schedule. And we're doing the Alienist as well. That we're going to pick up the Alienist, and we're also still doing the X-Files, which we just did tonight. We have our Friday night live broadcast that you guys can join in, and it's kind of chat driven. We go where you guys want to go, and and that's. I think that's. Am I missing something? I don't think I'm missing anything.
I think that's about it.
So, we have a contest going for Happy, and the final episode, we usually announce these like after the season's done. I've changed this. So the final episode, which is week after next, we will be announcing our winner at the end of the show, and our winner just needs to comment and be a subscriber. And we put all your names in a hat. The more you comment, the more your names go into the hat. And here's what you could win. Okay. So this is a sketch by Derek Robertson, co-creator, and artist of Happy, signed by Derek there. You also get 1 through 4 with some variants. Okay. And these variants are they all have, it's too shiny there. Sorry. There's a little Happy sketch. They're all signed by Derek Robertson. And you also get a hardcover of the boys covers signed by Derek Robertson. It's a big hardcover. I can't reach it right now. Sorry. I'll show it next podcast. So that's a lot of loot right there. That's a lot of cool stuff for just watching us and subscribing. And that's our thank you to you guys for supporting us, because we have so much fun doing this. This is so great.
K Sizzle asks us, says, you guys are super busy. When will you all get paid to do this?
We get paid with your gratitude. That's it. And I have gratitude for that, because this is so much fun. I don't need to get, we both, Dennis and I and John, all have very good day jobs that we're very grateful for, and it allows us to have a fun hobby. And we do have we have super chat. We got 1,000 subscribers, so there's a little $sign in the future if you guys, feel like giving us like a tip jar. You can hit the $sign in the live chat. We also have a Patreon that it's $1. I believe it's $1, $10, and either a $15 or a $20 level. I can't remember now. With the upper 2 tiers, you get comic books. You get like a mystery box of action figures. You guys get to suggest shows. And I have to change the highest level, because the highest level you'll actually get to be on a show and do a hangout. We are going to give you exclusive content there. A lot of it's going to be whatever you guys like request. We have a thing called DVD Vault that we recorded some, and we haven't put them out yet. So we kind of review old movies like Big Trouble in Little China, and we'll also do commentaries and stuff. But that's our plugging. So thanks for asking. And, what's up, guys?
Just remember, guys, the live chat, when you've chatted in here, doesn't carry over to the video section itself. So make sure you actually leave your comments on the video itself once we go out of the live thing here, because it disappears. This chat room here doesn't transfer over for some stupid reason. Halam, hi.
Good morning.
For us. Good morning. And Eric, yes, we will be doing the Philip K. Dick Electric Dream show on Amazon. We haven't done it yet.
That's probably going to be this weekend. I don't know if we're going to do episodes separate, or we'll figure that out, but we are doing something this weekend. I promise you that, because Anonymous Content produces that, and Mr. Robot and the Alienist and Counterpart. So they might be my favorite production company right now. They are really, really good. But honestly, I don't know, not skin in the game, but I had a strong bias to Happy. Okay. My friend worked on the comic book, and I was going to like it no matter what. And I know I've said this every podcast, but like, that aside, if I did not know Derek, I would be watching this show, and this would be my favorite show right now.
Yeah,
it's everything I like in a TV show. I don't know what that says about me or Dennis, but it's what we like. It's really in our wheelhouse.
Case is last. So much good TV. Is this a new golden age? Yeah, we've said it before. I mean, the sheer amount of good stuff that's coming out on TV is eclipsing what's coming out in the movies. Because honestly, we're just getting kind of cookie cutter movies. We're not getting anything really new. And what is it? We're on Star Wars episode. What is it now? 19 or 20?
Yeah.
So
no, it's and even if like the Marvel Cinematic Universe and some other gems come in there too, it's not all Marvel. But it seems like there's just, well, it doesn't seem like there is better story. Like tonight's episode of Happy, we were just talking about it earlier in the podcast, packed in so much more plot than most movies give us. And it was in 48 minutes, 50 minutes.
48 minutes, yeah.
This show is way deeper than I thought it would be. Deeper with plot. I'm not saying it's like emotionally deep or anything. It's because it's certainly not. But it's got a good story, a good mystery going on. It's not just stupid effects and like one-liners. I mean, that's a lot of it, but there's also a good mystery going on. We found out even tonight with Meredith. We found out Mr. Blue was there threatening her dad in her crib and
as a baby,
threatening her as a baby, and her mom makes I can't believe we didn't bring this up. Her mom does something like awesome, in a very dark way. She says, baby, I know, stop protecting me, let me protect you, and she kills herself.
Oh yeah, we forgot all about that.
Yeah, she kills herself, and I saw that coming.
Drinking milk, we actually alluded to it there, and she drinks some milk that doesn't go along with her pills, and she even says to her, to Mary, she goes, it's my time, it's my chance to protect you now.
Yep.
And that's what she does. She kills herself in order to protect Mary. Kind of sad there, but
it's sad. But on a high note, our friend Catherine got a lot of lines tonight, and she did. She was great, by the way. She's my favorite.
I thought it was also kind of funny, the other housewife who tries the sauce, the menstrual sauce, and says, it's not bad.
It's not bad. So do you think the psychic or whatever she is, do you think she died when Mikey?
No, I think she knows that Mikey isn't Mikey.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking that she just was given, she didn't expect Mikey to actually show up. That was my whole impression.
There was that too, but I think she actually saw that Mikey wasn't Mikey.
No, he's not.
Yeah.
And that's going to be interesting. I cannot wait for next week. This is seriously a show I look forward to.
Me too.
Like, this is like our number one. Yeah, we're not covering very much right now, so we need to find more stuff to cover. That's why good thing you found Counterpart.
Yeah, and Halam says Amazon shows are pretty good. Yeah, they are. We cover The Tick. We've done all 6 episodes individually. So if you go back and take a look at our videos, you'll see those. One of my favorite shows is Jean-Claude Van Johnson, which is awesome.
That's a good show.
And we have Britannia that's coming up. That's on Amazon as well. That looks like actually a good show. It's kind of like Vikings.
We got The Tick coming back, and that's the one thing we will be covering. We cannot wait for The Tick, and even though they drop it all at once, we do every individual episode over the course of we did it over a month last time. We'll probably do it over just like a couple weeks this time. So yeah, look for a lot of content. I'm off for the next couple weeks, so I'm leaving one place of work and moving to another. Hence, that's why I shaved the beard, and it was worth it. So hell yeah. And I start that in February. Very excited. And and we can keep doing this, and I'll have lots of time to do this. So I am stoked. Dennis has got to get to bed though.
Yes, I do.
So I'm
staying out here fast.
Short. So Dennis, any final words on Happy?
No, if you haven't picked up the books, do it. It's actually worth your time and your money.
Definitely pick up the graphic novel at your local comic book store. Buy 2 if you can afford it. Comic stores need some help right now. They're in a bad way, thanks to our friends at Marvel. So and some friends of mine shops are in trouble, and I'm a little worried about them. So yeah, if you can. So thank you everybody for watching. Again, all of our podcasts and videos are at nerdrotic.com. Dennis's Twitter is at DeForce, DAFORCE. Mine is at Nerdrotics. John's, our other co-host, is at John Reed 16, and my wife Melissa's at Agent Bossy Boots. Our next podcast will be Friday night, 8 p.m. Please join us for the chat. Dennis, take us out.
Don't let the door hit your ass on the way out, America, and the rest of the world.
And everybody in the chat, thank you for joining again. We love having you, and may the small folks sing songs of your greatness. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone. Thank you again.